Okay, Edgar. Well, welcome to today's class. Today we're gonna do a review of the topic that we learned in our previous lessons. Do you remember the topic that we were talking on Tuesday? Can you hear me?
Sorry, I was on mute. If I'm not wrong, we view new words
Yes.
about accommodation, accommodate. The other was arrangement, and
Arrangement.
arrange. What else? Infinity forms.
Okay.
That we need to use for give results. What else? And also infinitive for purposes.
Okay. Excellent. Infinitive for reasons and infinitive for purposes. Okay. Can you give me an example of those structures, please?
Uh, for example, for reasons, I need to uh, go to the mall to get uh, 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 personal products or shampoo or body cream um, for purposes. Um,
Okay. Okay, your example is correct. I need to go to the mall to get some personal stuff. Okay, and let's say that infinitive for reasons and infinitive for purposes are the same. You can use whatever you. Okay, purposes and
okay.
reasons are almost the same.
Good.
We can
Okay.
say
Okay.
infinitive for purposes or infinitive for reasons. Okay,
Okay.
for example, in your example you mentioned I need to go to the mall to get some stuff. Okay, you are explaining the reason that why you're going to the mall, and you're also explaining the purpose. Okay,
Okay. I got it.
you got
Okay.
it. Okay, thank you, Edgar. And good morning, Mohammed. How are you today?
Good morning, Jose. Fine, fine, thank you. And you? How are
Excellent.
you?
I'm also fine. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, welcome. And we were talking with Edgar about the topic that we learned in our previous lesson. Do you remember what we learned?
Yes, for example, the adjectives, and I remember the the sentence. It's for example, it's a great it's a great idea for this job, or or so.
Okay, okay, excellent, Benjamin. We learned about adjectives, but in this case, adjectives with the structure it plus adjective plus to. Do you remember?
Huh?
Do you remember this structure?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, can you give me an example using this structure?
It's 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 difficult to make this this work.
Okay, it's difficult to, in this case, we use the verb do, okay, for job.
Okay.
It's difficult to do this job, like this. It's difficult to do this job. Instead of make, we use do. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, it's difficult to do this job. In this case, you are in your example is correct. You are explaining or giving reasons about this job. To do this job is difficult, or it's difficult to do this job. Okay, excellent, Edgar and Benjamin. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's continue then. We already make a review about it. And so about this structure, do you have any questions?
No.
No, sir.
Okay, so let's continue then. Okay, these are the words that we were supposed to learn in our previous lesson. We only mentioned them, but we didn't learn its meaning. Okay, do you know or have you ever heard about the word accommodate? Do you know what it means?
Yeah, when you find a new place.
Okay, when you find a new place to stay. Okay, let's see the meaning. Can you help me reading the meaning, Edgar, please?
To provide with a place to live or to be started in. For example, new students may be accommodated in halls of residence.
Okay, excellent, thank you. Well, the meaning of this word, in this case, it's a verb. We use it to provide with a place to live or to be stored in. For example, new students may be accommodated in halls of residence. Okay, in Spanish, we say, do you know what is the meaning in Spanish?
Como alojamiento.
Exacto. We can say alojamiento, but in this case, we are using as a verb. So we say alojar. Okay. We say alojar, okay, because we are using accommodate as a verb. In the next case, we have accommodation. So here we can say alojamiento. So let's see the meaning. Okay, Benjamin, can you help me reading the definition, please?
Okay, a place to live, work, stay, etc. If there's a shortage of cheap accommodation, equal a places to live. And we have first and second class accommodation equal as seats.
Sorry. Okay, thank you, Benjamin. Well, in this case, we have accommodation. In this case, it's a noun, un sustantivo. Aquí sí significa alojamiento. And it says that it's a place to live, work, stay, etc. in, okay? Depends on the context. For example, there is a shortage of cheap accommodation. In this case, accommodation means places to live, okay? Hay una escasez de alojamientos baratos, okay? En este caso, se nos están acabando los lugares para vivir. And the second example we have first and second class accommodation on this flight. In this context, accommodation means seats. Do you know what are seats?
Asiento.
Exactly, seats. Okay, so in this example tenemos asientos de primera y segunda clase en este vuelo. Okay, it depends on the context and the meaning of this word. Okay, so then we have accommodating. Do you know what is accommodating? It's a nice seat, but do you know its meaning?
Not very well.
Okay, so let's take its meaning. Here it says eager or willing to give what is needed to someone. For example, the airline could not have been more accommodating in getting me a connecting flight. Okay, willing to help. Have you ever heard about this word, willing?
No.
Okay, so we have new words here. Let's start with accommodated. In Spanish, we say complaciente o servicial. ¿De acuerdo? So here we have eager or willing to give what is needed to someone. Dispuesto, willing, we say dispuesto. Dispuesto a dar lo que alguien necesita. Okay, sorry. Okay. Es una persona que siempre está dispuesta a hacer algo por alguien más. Por ejemplo, puede ser en este caso una persona o un objeto. En este caso tenemos la aerolínea. No pudo haber sido más complaciente, entre paréntesis, dispuesta a ayudar en conseguirme un vuelo. ¿De acuerdo?
Okay.
Okay. So we have that accommodating is an adjective that means willing to give what is needed to someone else. In this case, in this example, we have accommodating that means willing to help. Dispuesto a. But if we say will, have you ever heard about this word?
As a verb?
Okay, what do we use will for?
For future things?
Okay, for future, to talk about future. But do you know its meaning as a noun, como sustantivo?
No.
No, okay, Benjamin, do you know its meaning?
No.
Okay, so we usually know that will, we use it for future as a verb. But in this case, if we are talking about a noun, si lo estamos utilizando como sustantivo, significa voluntad, ¿ok? Alguien que tiene voluntad a hacer cosas por los demás. ¿Ok? Any questions?
Okay.
Sorry, Jose, I have a question. Is this the same meaning, eager and willing?
Yes, are like synonyms. Okay. For example, willing and eager. Okay, eager. Eager we can say ansioso, pero en este contexto igual se puede significar como dispuesto. Okay, podemos utilizar eager o willing en este contexto, pero si solo utilizamos eager en otra oración, significaría como ansioso o una persona que siempre está como que activa por hacer cosas por los demás.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So let's continue with the other three words. We have arrangement. Have you ever heard about it? Do you know what it means?
No.
No.
Okay, so let's check it. Okay, arrangement in this case is a noun con sustantivo. That means a plan for how something will happen. Arrangement es un tipo de plan que nos muestra cómo algo debe suceder. Okay, una regla. They made all the arrangements for the party. Ellos hicieron todos los arreglos para la fiesta. Okay, arrangements es como un tipo de plan que requiere una serie de pasos. Okay. En este caso, estuvieron planeando toda la fiesta. Then we have arrange. That is a verb. We're using arrange as a verb. That means to plan, prepare for, organize something. Edgar, can you help me reading the first example, please?
I'm trying to arrange my work so that I can have a couple of days off next week.
Okay, thank you. I'm trying to arrange my work so I can have a couple of days off next week. Okay. Well, in this case, estoy tratando de planear mis actividades del trabajo para que yo pueda tener un par de días libres la siguiente semana. Okay, arrange. planear o organizar. En este caso utilizamos arrange como organizar. Estoy tratando de organizar mi trabajo para que yo pueda tener un par de días libres la próxima semana. Okay, Benjamin, can you help me reading the second example, please?
Yes, the meeting has been arranged for Wednesday.
Okay, the meeting has been arranged for Wednesday. Okay, en este caso, do you know what it's meaning? Meeting, right?
Sorry?
Yes.
Okay, meeting. The
Reunión.
meeting of the reunion. Okay, excellent. Okay, give me a minute, please. Sorry. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, the meeting has been arranged for Wednesday. La reunión ha sido organizada para el miércoles, ¿ok? O preparada para el miércoles, depende del contexto. Okay, so we have the arrange, es como planear, preparar o organizar. And finally we have arrange, que en este caso es un adjetivo y básicamente significa lo mismo. To put a group of objects in a particular order. Okay, organizar o poner un grupo de objetos en un orden particular. For example, the arranged flowers. Las flores arregladas o un arreglo de flores. Or his books are arranged in alphabetical order. Sus libros están organizados en orden alfabético. Okay, so we have these 6 words. So do you have any questions about it?
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Okay, so let's continue then with our next activity. Okay, in our previous lessons, we were talking about traveling. And we have been learning structures. For example, the structure that we learned in our previous lesson, that is plus adjective plus to. And then here we have a list of 15 topics related to traveling. So we are only 2 people in this room. So we're gonna start this activity just with you. So the activity is about that you have to choose a number. In this case, let's start with this roulette. So who wants to start with this activity? Edgar or Benjamin?
Wherever you want.
Okay, let's start then with Edgar. Can you choose? Well, let's spin the wheel. So let's see what number you get, right?
Okay.
Okay, you got number 14. Let's see what is number 14 about. Okay. Okay. Talk about the most beautiful place you've ever been to.
Well, it's very rude this question because all the places is beautiful, but let me tell you my favorite place
Okay.
that I love it so much. It's Virgin Beach on Oaxaca. It's called Chippewa. In this place, you can see all the dunes at the on the line of the ocean. Also, you can eat a fresh fish at the moment that the locals. Oh, sorry, I forgot the verb to pescar, fish,
Okay, we say to fish.
to fish, the fresh products.
Okay. interesting. This place is in Oaxaca, right?
Yes, it's very close to Salina Cruz.
Okay, and how many times have you been there?
Well, I tried at least one time to the year go to this place. When I go to the to the beach, at least I stayed 3 or 4 days.
Okay, excellent. So have you been there this year or are you planning to go this year?
No, also I went on April of this year.
Okay, excellent. So you recently been there. Okay,
Right.
so excellent. Thank you so much, Edgar. So let's continue with Benjamin. Let's spin the wheel again. So let's see what number you got. Okay, Benjamin?
Okay, okay.
Okay, you got number 13. Let's see what is the number 13.
Okay.
Okay, talk about the best time of the year to travel and why.
Okay, I think the best time of year to travel is in summer, maybe because the beach is a good water, and in the winter maybe in some beach are it's a cold water, and is also is the best time of the year to travel because the 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 time and the when starting the night is too long. That in the wind ¿cómo se dice invierno?
Enviar. We say to send. Let me write.
Invierno.
Invierno.
Ajá.
Sorry. We say winter.
Winter. In the winter is the day is very short. And in the summer is too long the days.
Okay, excellent. So which one do you prefer? You mentioned summer and winter. Which one do you prefer in this case?
Summer.
Summer. Okay, so have you ever been on vacations in summer?
Yes, normally in summer.
Okay. So you like traveling on summer, and what is the place you usually visit on summer? You mentioned the beach, right?
Yes, maybe the beach or the forest near to my house.
Okay, and what kind of activities can you do on the forest?
Sorry, repeat me, please.
Okay, yes. What kind of activities you usually do on the forest?
Okay. I go to eating in the place in the forest, and go to the forest to play gotcha, play in the motorcycles, and the in the lakes. Um, mm, and and I don't know, play with my sons and in the forest. Well, football or baseball. Go to the to the bike, and only that.
Okay, excellent, Mohammed. That's a lot of activities that we can do on the forest. Okay, so let's review this phrase you mentioned. Let me write it in chat. You mentioned in the winter, okay? But in this case, we only say in winter, okay? We don't, we omit the word that, okay?
Okay.
¿Por qué solo usamos esta frase? Solo decimos in winter y no decimos in the winter. ¿Alguien sabe?
No.
Okay, Edgar, do you know?
No, Jose.
Okay, excellent. So let's learn why. Normalmente utilizamos con las estaciones del año. Sabemos que solo hay 4 estaciones del año, ¿no? Que son winter, spring, autumn, and summer. Por lo tanto, solo sabemos que hay 4 estaciones del año, no hay más, y son las únicas que existen en todas las partes del mundo. Por lo tanto, solo utilizamos in winter, ¿ok? Ya si estuviéramos utilizando, si ponemos el artículo de, estaríamos diciendo que existen más de 4 estaciones, ¿de acuerdo?
Esto aplica para las demás opciones, por decir, si son cosas como muy específicas, omitimos de.
Exacto. Por ejemplo, si estamos hablando, si, si- si queremos mencionar un grupo, por ejemplo, de libros, pues tenemos muchos libros, ¿no? Y queremos solo mencionar un libro específico. Utilizamos the book. ¿Ok? Utilizamos el artículo de cuando hay algo que es único. ¿De acuerdo?
Ok.
Pero en este caso, como solo hay 4 estaciones y solo sabemos que solo existen 4 estaciones, es por ello que utilizamos esta palabra sin el artículo. Any questions?
No, it.
No.
Okay, so let's continue then with, thank you, Benjamin, for your answer. Let's continue then. Okay, Edgar, you got number 7. Let's see what is the number 7. It says, talk about why people should visit your country.
First of all, because it's very cheaper for foreign tourists. The currency is better for them. The other thing is we have a tons of places, different weathers. What else? Also, the people here is very kind, very very willing. What else? Yeah, I think it's the most important things, or the reasons that why people want to visit Mexico.
Okay, there are good reasons to visit Mexico, the ones you mentioned. But if you have the chance to choose just one state in the whole country, which state would you choose to recommend to someone else?
Absolutely, the Quintana Roo, all that area with Yucatan, and also Chiapas, obviously Oaxaca. I like so much the colonial styles in Guanajuato. So I probably recommend that places.
Okay, excellent. So you prefer kind of like the south of Mexico, right? Because you mentioned states like Quintana Roo and all that.
Right.
Okay, okay, excellent. Edgar, well, you mentioned at the beginning the word weathers. Do you remember?
Weather, yeah.
Weathers. Okay, you mentioned this as a plural. As a plural
Sorry.
word. Okay. It's okay.
Sorry.
We usually say when we are talking about the different weather that we have in this case in Mexico, we usually say climate, okay? los diferentes climas que tenemos en México. The word climate. Any question?
So what's the difference between weather and climate? The weather is only in general, climate is as stations or something.
Okay, that's a good question. Okay, in this case, weather refers to a short term, for example, some conditions, algo de clima que es más relacionado a lo atmosférico. Y mientras que climate se refiere al clima de una región en específico. For example, the climate is the weather, ¿no? Of a specific region. Ok. Por ejemplo, tenemos que weather solo se refiere a algo que es más atmosférico en general, ¿no? Y tenemos que clima es como algo de una región en específico que siempre está, que identifica a un lugar. Por ejemplo, en Quintana Roo siempre tenemos el clima caluroso. ¿Sí? ¿Ok? Y por ejemplo, en otras partes de México tenemos el clima que es frío. Y sabemos que ese clima identifica ese lugar. Si estamos hablando de weather, es como los diferentes climas que tenemos en todo México. Do I explain myself?
Okay, yeah, I copy that.
Okay, excellent. Do you have any questions, Benjamin?
No, thank you.
Okay, so let's continue then. Thank you, Edgar, for your participation. Okay, so we are running out of time. Can you join to the same link again, please?
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you. See you in a bit. So you got number 14. I guess you already talked about it. Let's see.
Mhm.
Yes, let's continue again. Okay, I think it's, well, you got number 15. Talk about what souvenirs you usually buy. Do you know the word souvenir?
Recuerdos, ¿no?
Excellent. Can you talk about it, please?
Yes, maybe I usually
Okay.
sí,
Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. What kind of souvenirs do you usually buy when you travel? Do you have any questions with vocabulary?
sorry, I have a problem with my internet.
Okay,
Or-
don't worry.
It's okay now. No, it's okay.
Okay, thank you. So can you talk about what souvenirs you usually buy, please?
Yes, sorry. I only buy a cup for each place to visit.
Okay. Can you repeat that, please? What do you usually buy?
Yes, I only buy a cup for
Okay,
each
okay.
place to visit.
Okay, you buy cups.
Uh-huh.
And do you use those cups at home or do you keep it as a souvenir? Just
And at home only um,
or you collect them?
yes.
Okay. Okay, excellent. You usually buy cups when you travel. Have you ever bought earrings? Do you know what are earrings?
No. Keyring and llaveros.
Llaveros, excellent. Have you ever bought some earrings when you travel?
And only in Panama buy a king ring.
Okay. And how much did it cost?
I don't
You?
remember. In maybe $1 or $2.
Okay. Okay. So, do you like buying souvenirs or just when you
No,
like something?
I prefer it's I, mm, ¿cómo digo gastar?
Spend?
Expend, ok, sí, sí, pensé que era diferente. I prefer to spend my money when travel. In the eat in different place for this uh, site or maybe for know more about that place. But in souvenirs, regular not expend very much money.
Okay, not frequently.
No.
Okay. Okay. So you can say in this case, let me write it in the chat. Okay, I don't usually buy souvenirs. You can say that,
Okay.
and that means that you don't always buy souvenirs when you travel.
Okay. I don't
Okay,
I don't usually
okay, I don't usually buy souvenirs.
I don't usually buy souvenirs.
Okay, excellent, Mohammed. Do you have any questions?
No, it's okay.
Okay, so thank you. So let's continue with Edgar. Okay, so we have number 2 for Edgar. Let's see which is the question. Okay, talk about your dream vacation.
Well, my dream vacation is on Japan, in Japan, because well, since I was a child, always like me the culture, the language, the the cook. So that's why that's my dream vacation in Japan.
Okay, Japan, it's an interesting country to visit. Have you ever planned to visit it, or is it your plan to go to Japan?
Yes, yeah. Unfortunately, I have the plan, but I don't have the money. So
Okay,
that's why the reason that uh, I didn't realize that dream vacation.
okay. So is it expensive to travel there?
Right. Not only the travel, because travel it depends. If you have a US visa, probably you can save 2,000 or 5,000 on the flight. But the problem is the uh, the accommodation,
Okay,
uh, and also well the transportation, the food is really expensive.
okay. I didn't know that. So very Japan is an expensive country to visit. So is it necessary to have a visa to enter the country or just the passport?
It's very tricky because this year I found a ticket. I remember that the cost was 5,000 pesos,
Yeah.
so was really cheap. The flight was the Cancun airport to uh, with one stop in, if I'm not wrong, San Francisco or Los Angeles. I don't remember very well, but have only one stop. Um, and the the final step was in Narita, Tokyo. So when I look this ticket, I try to find all the things, because as you know, the COVID have new rules in the airports, and
Yeah.
many countries have different policies or politics. I don't
Politics.
remember very well.
Politics.
Politics,
Politics.
policies. So uh, I'm looking, and I found it that Japan this year asked a visa for Mexicans. Never didn't do that. So it was really amazing for me when I found it, that action.
Okay, okay, interesting. So you were about to go to Japan, but it didn't happen, right?
No, no yet.
Okay, so I hope you visited them. Okay, so I think it's an interesting country to visit because it has, as you mentioned, it has um, an interesting culture. The food, I think, I have seen many videos of people eating Japanese food, and I think it looks delicious when they are eating that food. And also the places, it has many beautiful places to visit within Japan, within the country. So I think it's an interesting place to visit. Okay, thank
Right.
you. Do you have any questions about vocabulary?
No yet.
No, yet. Okay, so let's continue then with Benjamin. Thank you, Edgar. Okay, so let's finish again. Okay, we have number 10 for Edgar. Let's see what is in number 10.
It's number 5.
Number 5. It says number 10.
Okay. Sorry. I see. I watched the circle.
Okay, don't worry. Okay, it says number 10. Talk about the strangest food you've eaten on vacation. Strangest. Do you know what is strangest?
Strangest.
Strange. Strange.
Strange, la más rara.
Exactly. La comida más rara que hayas comido en tus vacaciones.
Mm, I don't know. I think all the food in my vacation is normal. Only fish. I know tamales, tacos. Not this stranger food really.
Okay. So, but is there a new plate or a new dish you've eaten for the first time?
Sorry. Can you repeat?
Yes. Have you ever eaten something for the first time that you haven't eaten before?
No, it's the same. Not is really different. That kind of food.
Sí. Ok. Pero hay un platillo específico que hayas comido por primera vez que nunca hayas comido antes.
I don't remember.
Okay.
Mm, 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 maybe the rabbit,
Okay.
but is in in a lot of years. When 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 I eat for first time the rabbit. Maybe
Okay, did you like it?
yes, yes. It's like kitchen chicken. Pardon, it's like a chicken.
Okay, it's like chicken.
Mhm.
Okay, so okay, that's interesting. I haven't eaten it. I haven't had the chance to eat rabbit. I know that well here in the state of Quintana Roo is it's very common to eat that kind of meat, rabbit, but I haven't tasted it. So I think it's interesting as you mentioned.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, Javier.
Okay.
Okay, Edgar, have you ever eaten something different that is not very common?
Yeah, absolutely. I remember when you talked with Benja. When was my first impression with that kind of food? And I remember I tasted scallops
Okay,
in a restaurant. At that moment I never hear or I never know about that kind of product. And also when I smell and tasted was very disgusting for me because uh, I'm not very fancy with, but I'm not very fun with seafood, so that's why I I knew at that moment that the scallops uh, are a seafood, so that's very funny that moment.
okay, interesting. I haven't had a chance also to eat this kind of food, scallops. Uh, but I don't think I could eat them because I like seafood, but not this kind of seafood. For example, I like eating shrimp, fish. I have eaten octopus, and I have also eaten snails. Do you know what are snails?
Oh,
Uh,
Have you ever heard the word? It's also seafood.
I don't remember. I saw that before, but I don't remember.
Okay, son caracoles.
Oh yeah,
Okay, have you eaten it?
yes.
Do you like it?
It's not bad, but it's it's not my forte.
Okay, and what other kind of meat have you eaten besides seafood?
Yeah, uh, escamoles
Okay,
is, and also that kind of food. It's amazing, and I love it. That that dish. Unfortunately, it's a season food. Also, it's very expensive, but I like so much the
yeah, it's really
that
expensive.
protein.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so for example, here in the state of Quintana Roo, people usually eat this kind of meat. Do you know what is this?
Yes.
Okay, venado. Aquí la gente come mucho venado, even though it's forbidden to kill this kind of animals because they are in this here in the state of Quintana Roo, they are in an extinction, but people keep eating this kind of meat. So it's really expensive to eat this kind of meat. It tastes good. It tastes like pork. You know what is pork, right?
Mm,
La
sorry, I
carne.
can hear you, but
Okay, sabe como a la carne de puerco.
oh, okay, okay.
Okay, es muy similar. So have you ever had the chance to eat it?
Dear?
Yes.
No.
No. Okay. Benjamin, you say yes, right?
no, 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 no. Mm, the meat of deer?
Yes.
No,
No.
I never eat.
Okay, so okay, there are different kinds of meat that can be eaten, but some of them are expensive and others are cheap. It depends on the place where you can get this food. Okay, so far, do you have any questions? It's interesting to know that you have eaten different kinds of food. So do you have any questions?
No, thank
Okay, Benjamin. Edgar, do you have any questions?
Sorry, Jose. If I'm not wrong, you told us that you live in Chetumal, right?
Yes.
So, in Chetumal have I think it's the principal market, and they have a baby pork in as uh, as a sandwich, but I don't remember very well the name of the of of the dish. But I remember it was very good.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. We have a dish that is called, I don't know if it's this one, cochinita, is that?
No, es de lechón, son como
Okay,
tortas de lechón.
lechón. Okay, sí, es diferente. Por ejemplo, tenemos la cochinita, que es igual de puerco, y el lechón igual, que es igual de puerco, pero solo que el lechón, en este caso, se cocina, puede ser de dos maneras, al horno, o puede que se entierre, en este caso, en la tierra, ¿no? Se haga como un hoyo en el suelo y ahí se cocina la carne. Usualmente en esta parte de Quintana Roo y en Yucatán, no sé si en otras partes del estado de México, del país de México se cocina de esta manera, pero usualmente por aquí se hace un hoyo en el suelo y se cuece con brasas la comida. Por ejemplo, el lechón se cuece o se cocina con brasas. Pero sí, es el lechón. Aquí venden tacos de lechón, tortas de lechón, cochinita, tortas de cochinita, tacos de cochinita. Es muy común comer este tipo de alimentos por aquí.
Yeah, it's very yummy. Thank you for the.
Yes. Okay, don't worry. Thanks for asking too. Okay, so it's already 9:32. Well, if you don't have any more questions, that will be it for today. Is that okay?
Yes, Jose.
Okay, thank you so much for being here today, Benjamin and Edgar, and I'll see you on Tuesday.
See you on Tuesday. Have a
See
good
you.
weekend.
Have
Bye
a
bye.
good weekend too. Thank you so much. Bye bye, Benjamin and Edgar.